India's first CAR T-cell therapy shows durable results, 2-year remission achieved in blood cancer patients. Breakthrough data from Immuneel Therapeutics shows sustained remission in multiple patients treated with Varnimcabtagene autoleucel, Immuneel Times 7 patients surpassed 2-year progression-free survival, PFS, a national first known for Indian CAR T therapy. Times benchmark response rates recorded with 83% ORR at day 90 and 50% at day 365. Times over 50 patients treated to date with improved outcomes and a favorable safety profile. In a major milestone in Indian oncology care, Immuneel Therapeutics Made in India CAR T-cell therapy has delivered the country's first known long-term remission in patients with aggressive blood cancers. 7 patients treated in 2022 have now surpassed 2 years of progression-free survival, PFS, a first for any Made in India CAR T-cell therapy. This achievement reinforces the durability of Immuneel's approach and its potential to transform outcomes for patients with aggressive blood cancers. The CAR T-cell therapy, known as Varnimcabtagene autoleucel, IMN003A, under Immuneel's Imagine phase 2 clinical trial, aimed at treating adult patients with relapsed or refractory CD19-positive B-cell non-Hodgkin lymphoma, BNHL, which is among the most aggressive forms of blood cancer, and many patients do not respond to standard therapies. The encouraging results of the therapy recorded an 83% overall response rate, ORR, at day 90 and a 50% ORR at day 365, with a complete response rate of 83%, placing it among the highest reported outcomes in Indian clinical benchmarks for CAR T-cell therapies. Ms. Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, Board Director and Co-founder, Immuneel Therapeutics said, "This milestone is a powerful validation of our vision to make cutting-edge cancer therapies accessible and affordable for patients. The fact that we now have long-term survivors treated with a made-in-India CAR T therapy, it's a testament to the real, life-changing impact innovation can have on patients and their families." Mr. Amit Mukim, Board Director and CEO, Immuneel Therapeutics, added, "This achievement is not just a clinical validation, but a strategic proof point of what's possible when world-class science is built for India and beyond, in India." Crossing the 2-year progression-free survival mark with multiple patients demonstrates that India can lead in delivering durable, next-generation therapies.
Kiran ma'am was mentioning that we have treated 50 patients over the last few years. There are 7 patients who have crossed 2-year progression-free survival, which is a national first for Indian CAR T therapy. Why is this so important? It is important because of few reasons. One is, cell and gene therapy is the next frontier of medical science. In India itself, there are 70 million odd cases due to genetic disorders which are quite untreatable right now. And innovations such as what we are trying to do will provide hope and treatment for such patients. Every year, close to 1 lakh patients get blood cancers, and many of them would get treatment with therapies such as CAR T therapies for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, leukemia, and multiple myeloma, all of these 3 programs that we are working on. Lastly, ma'am mentioned a very, very important point. This therapy is personalized therapy, which means that treatment is created with the patient at the center, which means we have to work very, very closely with the hospitals, with right standards, with right safety standards. We have been the first company in India to create an accreditation process where we have accredited 50 plus hospital chains across the country to be able to provide cell and gene therapy, which means we are building an ecosystem for the nation to provide cell and gene therapies to patients. That is the access that today the country has. We want to remove those 2 zeros. Why should the patient travel so far? Why can't CAR T therapy be accessible to the patient where he or she is? Millions of dollars are spent by patients across therapy lines. Why should they spend millions of dollars? We want to be the pioneer for the world in actually showing that this therapy can be done at scale and at a fraction of the cost. We are already providing therapy at 10% of global cost today. This is the Independence Month, and I also wanted to share that we have launched a campaign called Azadi Lymphoma Se, which is really independence for patients who are struggling with lymphoma and who had no hope, where with CAR T therapy they can get hope to be free from lymphoma, which is a killer disease. Thank you.